com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this year. For promotional information, visit Huskers.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers' 118th anniversary sale is going on right now. This sale only comes around once a year, so don't miss your chance to save 20% or more on everything diamond. Bridal and engagement rings, bracelets, earrings, and all diamond jewelry, 20% off or more. Our lowest prices of the year, now through October 25th, only at Sutter Heyman's 118th anniversary sale. Lincoln and Grand Island or SutterHeyman.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to the TeamMates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The TeamMates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time to close out the 2023 high school football regular season right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman this Thursday and Friday for a doubleheader in the final week of the regular season. First up on Thursday, it's a matchup of 2, 3, and 5 overall teams as they fight for the final playoff spot. Miller North travels to Lincoln to face off against the Silverhawks of Lincoln Southwest. And then on Friday, it's a top 10 clash between Gretna and the Lincoln East Spartans. All that and more coming your way this Thursday and Friday for high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the TeamMates Mentoring Hour, coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studio and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I am Harrison Arns, running the 1s and 2s, and this is the Teammates Mentoring Hour. If you guys want to join the show, feel free to do so. 402-464-5685. If you have any questions, we can answer those right here on the spot, as we got a mentee, mentor, and Trent joining us again this week. Been part of Teammates here for a while now. But again, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. Great way to put a face to the voice. You can also comment on those as well. But we got a few new guests in here. So first things off, I'll just kind of go around the room here. And starting with you, Adam, kind of go ahead and introduce yourself, your background, and then when did you start getting involved with Teammates?
Yeah, I am Adam County. I am currently a teacher in Lincoln Public Schools, at Scott Middle School. So I teach 6th grade there. And I've done teammates for quite a while. I've been paired with Deshaun since he was in 4th grade. We were just talking about that today, how long we've been together. So Deshaun's now a sophomore. So we've had a good 7 years together already. But I got involved with teammates when actually I was back in college. I did it for a while. And then once I started teaching, it was kind of hard with the schedule. And then I switched jobs, took a break from teaching for a few years, and worked at our church for a while. So I was able to have a little bit more time. So that's when I got paired up with Deshaun, and then went back into the classroom. But luckily, still works out that I can sneak away from school during one of my plan times every other week and get to go hang out with Deshaun still. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And then Deshaun just kind of going around the room here with the introductions, and we'll dive more into kind of, some of the relationships, some of the things you guys do and what that journey's been like. But just for you, early on getting involved with teammates, what was your idea of what it was going to be? And, what does that kind of look like for you now being with Adam for a while?
I don't know what to say, honestly. I mean, it's not what I expected when I was in 4th grade. I would say though that it's been really cool. It's a really cool experience. We usually just hang out. In middle school, we would play board games and just entertain ourselves. And now that I'm in high school, we just kind of talk about how our week's been and how we're doing.
Absolutely. You said it wasn't, what you thought it was going to be. What were kind of some of those initial things you thought you were walking into?
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be more like more like a person that I can just like talk to about, because I was struggling in 4th grade, and that's why I got a teammate in the first place.
Okay.
So, I thought it'd be more like a teacher kind of thing, but then it ended up being just having a really good connection with them, and we're friends now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he gets paired with a teacher, thinks it's going to be a teacher, and then he gets paired with a teacher.
Yeah, you probably didn't see that one coming. And then Trent, obviously we heard a little bit from you last time you were on here, but just for all those who may be tuning in for the first time.
Yeah, my name is Trent Baker. I am a community outreach specialist for Teammates. I work for Teammates organization. And essentially most of my job is I get to recruit. I get to talk to people about becoming mentors, and that's what I get to do. I love it. It's a great, fun thing to do, to connect with people like Adam. And maybe we'll get back to it sometime, but even recruiting college students to be mentors. Back when Adam was a college student, that's what I get to do, is talk to people, good people, to become mentors.
Absolutely. And, if you are one of those college students listening, we did just have Amon Green talking about his involvement with teammates, obviously in that era, the Osborne era. But nonetheless, if guys like Amon Green and all those football players had time to do it, there's probably definitely time in your schedule.
Yep.
So it's something, you're absolutely curious about, you think it is a good thing. Worst thing you can do is show up to a training. And we do have some of those spots. We'll talk about those later. And if you're a ticket listener, I do know that we have 36 ticket listeners right now. And that's just awesome. But I do want to see that number continue to grow. So if you're listening, LincolnTeammates.org, go check it out. And we'll see if we can keep getting that number up. But Adam, kind of first time meeting Deshaun, or I should step back even further than that. When you get trained, you're ready to kind of be a teammate, do that, show up weekly. What were some of the things running through your head?
Yeah, I mean, it was, being a teacher, I kind of feel like I had a little bit of an edge in that, as kind of feeling, I've built relationships with students before, but I was kind of in the same kind of thinking that Deshaun was. Like, I wasn't sure how it was going to go, stepping out of that like teacher mode and trying to, just be more of a supportive, like, friend. Not that I don't do that when I'm teaching, but there's just a different layer to that when you're teaching a whole classroom versus getting to just build a relationship one-on-one every time you meet. So that was kind of what I was thinking about the first time. But like Deshaun said, it really has grown into a friendship, which is really cool, because I get to go hang out with him every other week, and we just catch up, talk like we're friends, and it's actually refreshing, not only hopefully for Deshaun, but for me, to be able to just get away and kind of just hang out with him and get a talk. So
Did you have any skepticisms early on that just kind of got diffused quickly once you actually started meeting up? Because I know there's a lot of them. I say it all the time. You're not teaching the kids. Some people think you're going to have to, like what Deshaun was saying. It's not a tutor coming up. There's just a friend to hang out. But were there any of those skepticisms or thoughts that quickly diffused?
Yeah. When a lot of the training they tell you just to just hang out with them, play games. That's really diffusing, and it's in and of itself, like just playing games and hanging out. So I think that really took care of that. I mean, and that's kind of all we've done is we just kind of hung out and we chat and have grown and done different things along the way. But yeah, we've never really worked on school stuff, I don't think, at all. Like maybe a couple things. I always, when he was younger,
I think, maybe like multiplication.
Yeah.
I think that's it though.
Which, how fun is that? But we made a game out of it. I'm sure. I think.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't. That was maybe 1 or 2 times. It wasn't a lot. So it was pretty diffusing of just hanging out and playing those games.
And then Deshaun, for you, some of your early experiences with teammates, we talked a little bit about what you thought it might have been. But once you got to start to meet Adam, what are some of the things that you really enjoyed just having that mentor there that kind of shows up on a reliable basis?
It was pretty cool. He's definitely saved me from some math tests and things that I did not want to do in school. But it's pretty fun. I just think it's something I look forward to in my week for sure.
Absolutely. You said you're bringing out the board games. What are the popular ones? I know Uno is always a popular one for a lot of people.
Uno. We did do this like island type of board game for a little bit when I was in middle school. Could not tell you what it's called because I completely forgot.
Yeah, I think it's Forbidden Island or something like that. It's a team strategy game.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's kind of fun to work together. As the island's sinking, you have to get off. We went through a battleship phase.
Yeah,
That's a classic. That one will never age out.
No,
that's
no.
the ones I'm a permanent believer in. Battleship will forever stay around.
Oh, yeah, it will.
But switching over to Trent here, kind of hearing these guys' stories, and for those listeners out there, what are some of those skepticisms that you've seen come up with your experience? People that are just hesitant. They're like, I don't know if this is something I can fully commit to.
Yeah, there's all sorts of, everybody's different. I mean, there's a lot of people that have the desire, but there are always obstacles. And so we try to see ourselves as obstacle removers, or at least point it out. But yeah, just like one thing that's recently come up in one of the trainings, in the mentor training, is this dad who currently has 3 little kids at home. Obstacle that's like, could be definitely an obstacle, hesitation of, I've got my own kids. How can I have time to mentor? But it's structured in such a way, as Adam alluded to, and maybe we'll get back to that. Like Adam, even as a busy teacher, full schedule during the school day, they allow him to go. And this is not true for every single person, obviously, but they allow him to take a class period to go and mentor. And that's true for so many businesses. So many organizations allow that here in Lincoln. Some I want
to shout out Bison. Yeah. I know they've been down here before.
Yeah, Bison, Fiserv, Nelnet, University of Nebraska for a lot of their positions, and of course students. There's a lot of organizations that really value mentoring. Emeritus is another one, but that's an obstacle that can often be relieved or overcome, is too busy of a schedule, because it's at the school during the school day. And again, that's not going to work for everybody, but it does for quite a few people. Again, as a lot of organizations are making that a priority to let their employees go, stay on the clock, and go mentor.
Absolutely. And again, if you're curious, it is one of those things where you're not sure what is that magic number, that because we always understand life happens, right? But there's kind of a magic number that you shoot for those mentors if there's something they seriously want to do. Because I think it's 34 weeks in the school year, and what's that number that you guys are asking for?
Yeah, the target number is 24 visits.
Okay.
So if you can guarantee 24 visits, that really is a magic number. Shows up in the data, shows up in the research that is a significant number of connection times and points that really makes a difference in someone's life. So if you can get to 24 times, and of course, go every single week if you can, which is, I think is 36.
Mhm.
But yeah, the 24 is that target number.
Absolutely. And there are some training spots. Again, if you're curious, you can always show up to the training spot. And if you realize it doesn't work, they're not going to peer pressure you and making you sign up for anything. So definitely check them out if you have those thoughts, or go to lincolnteammates.org. They have that information for you. But Friday, October 20th, 4 to 7 p.m. and 5 on October 25th from 9 to noon. So there's a couple spots open there for you. And Trent, are any of those sponsored by Wingstop? Do you know? Will it be?
Yes.
Okay.
This coming Friday is sponsored by Wingstop. So if you're going to be a mentor, if you're going to get trained, that's a great time to do it. Friday evenings is generally the times that Wingstop sponsors. So this Friday, October 20th, is a mentor training that we will have Wingstop.
All right,
And
Deshaun and I will be there.
Okay.
The wings are there.
Yep.
All
And
right.
you'll have to talk to Christine, the trainer, about that. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. But yeah, we do generally, we try to have food at every training.
Absolutely. And I do want to shout out, obviously, Wingstop, big sponsor for Teammates. Teammates Mentoring Hour is proudly co-sponsored by Wingstop, proudly helping feed mentors in the training process to make Lincoln and the surrounding area a better place with Teammates. Order your own wings online at wingstop.com or visit any of their 3 locations. And there's great wings. I'd always recommend the lemon pepper. Those are my favorite go-to, absolutely. But Adam, kind of talk about that training session, because I do hear those are actually pretty fun. It's not like you're sitting there in the class. It's kind of fun. Everyone's coming there because they want to do a better thing, right? They want to all help the community. So it's kind of what I get from it, almost like a magic feeling kind of in that room.
Yeah. It's been a little while since I've had one. They have, I think I have my re-up training coming up here this year. I think every 3 years or so they have you do that, but because there's new stuff coming out and better resources and more stuff along that lines. But no, yeah, it's really low pressure. They walk you through everything, and even if a hesitancy might be like not working with kids that much or that often, if you don't do that in your regular job, they make it easy. The training really is good. It's informative. It gives you so many ideas. And really it's just hanging out. Like it's if you just think of it as that, it's just hanging out and playing games. Like that's the easiest way to think of it. But the training is, it is an important piece of it, and it does get you prepared to walk in there and kind of feel confident at least about what you're doing and feeling out what you and your mentee like to do together.
Absolutely. And for those curious, Trent, what does that training process kind of look like to get trained, sign up and everything, and then actually get into the process of being a mentor?
Yeah. Once you're interested in becoming a mentor, you check out the application process that is again on the website, lincolnteammates.org. Fill out a quick application, takes about 20-30 minutes. And that of course includes a background check and references. But then you will sign up for a training, and the training is a 3-hour training. And like Adam said, it's really enjoyable. We get so much feedback, people saying it's an incredible thing. We even hear from parents, including myself, that I learned some things about even parenting, being with my own family. I used it the very next day with my 17-year-old son. So yeah, just incredible things that people learn, they experience. It's an enjoyable time. They say almost every single time flies by. It does not seem like it's 3 hours.
Absolutely. And Adam, you kind of on that same note talked about, you said a funny joke where some of those parents will take those lessons and apply it the next day. Being a teacher, obviously a little different, but being around the students and that, what has kind of Teammates taught you some of the things on, possible relationships, kind of maybe how to handle the youth and talk to them on a night level?
Yeah. I mean, Deshaun makes me cooler. That's what it comes down to. He knows what's up. So, no, it's really helped in the fact of just, it's reinforced for me just how important it is to build those relationships one-on-one. I mean, that's the biggest piece of teaching. And Teammates allows you to do that. It is harder when you're a teacher with 30 kids in your classroom, trying to build individual relationships with them on a day-to-day basis while teaching and making sure they're doing what they, need to do and getting taught what they need to be taught. So it's just reinforced that importance for me. So trying to do that in my classroom, how do I do that on a bigger scale? But what I love about Teammates is, we're doing for one what we wish we could do for everybody. And I think that's the key ingredient and why Teammates is so successful for mentors and mentees, as we kind of do that.
And absolutely. And you mentioned something funny, kind of learn he makes you cooler. And you hear that from a lot of them. I'm curious about this. Deshaun, feel free to chime in. Was there any lingo that perked your ears that you're picking up now slowly? There's a lot of slang. I know no cap. Cap's a big one. That throws a lot of mentors off.
Yeah.
Is there any of that, Deshaun, where you're saying something and you could just tell it went through one ear out the other?
Probably a couple times. I can't think of any on the top of my head right now, but definitely I could see something happening.
Absolutely. Well, again, it's always a great process, and it is kind of fun to be kind of, how do I want to say this? To kind of see the eyes through the youth again. And if you want to be a teammate, you can absolutely do that. LincolnTeammates.org. I believe I said .com before. Don't go to .com. LincolnTeammates.org. Get the information there. But we do have to go ahead and throw it to our first break. This is the Teammates Mentoring Hour. I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. We got Adam, Deshaun, Trent all in studio with us representing Teammates. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Don't go anywhere. More of the Teammates Mentoring Hour is minutes away on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. You know you're going to need tires on your vehicle. Don't fret, they are all on sale now during the October Spectacular event at Graham Tire Company. Buy 3 Kumho tires and get the 4th tire free with the purchase of an install package. Save big on Goodyear, Hankook, Nokian, and more. Big rebates on select Goodyear tires that will double when you use your Goodyear credit card. It's their biggest sale of the year and it's happening now. GrahamTireLincoln.com, getting you to the places that matter most.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln. And with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily. And not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow. What about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with VenueDelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
On the block with Strick and Austin.
Yes, the rest of the roster has to elevate the quarterback, but the quarterback also has to elevate the rest of the roster. Haven't seen from Heinrich Haarberg yet. I'm willing to give him the rest of the year. I'm willing to say that he can be the guy next year, but then you have to have realistic expectations in mind for Nebraska, and to me, that's 6 or 7 wins.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is the Teammates Mentoring Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Teammates Mentoring Hour. I am Harrison Arns, running the 1s and 2s, and we got Adam, Deshaun, Trent, all in here representing Teammates today. Over the break, we did talk a little bit about Deshaun and his football career right now as he's in high school. He's not a Packers fan, which is a blessing for me because all those know listening, I'm a Bears fan. But nonetheless, I've heard Adam been able to go to a few games. What's kind of that experience been like? You get to know Deshaun, realize he's into football, and now you get to go out to some of those high school games. And again, Friday Night Lights, it's always kind of a fun experience.
Yeah.
It's something different about those Saturdays, NFL Sunday experiences, something about high school football. But what's kind of that experience been like, getting to know him and then go watch him do something that he loves?
Yeah, it's been really cool to see him get involved, especially as he's gotten in high school too, and into things like football and that stuff. And I know he's getting involved in some other things too coming up. And yeah, it's been awesome to go watch him and see him play and just see him be a part of the team. And yeah, it's been fun. I got to go to a couple games last year when he's a freshman, and then one game this year on the reserve team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been really fun. I love, it's kind of you get to see him in a different light than just, hanging out playing games and when he's playing football and doing something different.
Absolutely. And Deshaun, for all those listening out there, what high school are you?
Southeast.
Okay, Southeast High School. And then what position you play? Or positions?
I play defensive end and tight end.
Okay, nice. I was the same thing in high school back there. What's more favorite spot on the ball? You like defense or offense?
Definitely defense.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that. What you got to go to move on the edge? Do you like to use to get around people?
I like hitting them.
That's probably a great answer for the coaches to hear. Adam, were you a football fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, big football fan.
Okay, I was just curious, wondering, what that experience is like. But Deshaun, you did say you have some more things coming up that you might be getting into. What are some of those things?
Hopefully get a job soon.
Okay.
I want to work at the Y when I turn 16, and I would say this year, I am definitely more into clubs in school compared to what I was last year. So I think
you said you were signing up for one, or which one was that?
I think Christian Athletics.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
FCA.
Yeah. And then I think I joined prom club too. So I'd say this year I'm just overall just trying to participate more in events and just try to put myself out there.
Absolutely. And is there, anything kind of with that connection with Adam where you think, having that organic relationship, just kind of having that confidence in yourself, do you think that's kind of helped you just continue to explore your boundaries and try to find things you're interested in?
Yeah. I would say that, yeah.
And again, why I like asking him about all this is you have a wide variety of people on that waiting list, mentees, future mentees, that just about anyone can, there's a person for anyone. It's kind of what you hear over and over again. You got tons of mentees, and as a mentor, you're just showing up with your personality. So Trent, I know you got a list of some mentees out there that are I shouldn't say mentees yet. They're hoping to become a mentee so they can eventually get a mentor. And again, if you're listening, LincolnTeammates.org, go check it out, or 402-464-5685. You can always chime in, have questions. Feel free. We can answer them right here. But if you would, go ahead and read some of those for us.
Yeah. So going back to Adam and Deshaun, you started when you were in what grade?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade. Okay. Yeah. And right here, not using the real names, obviously, but Lawrence is a third grader in Northeast Lincoln. He's the oldest of many siblings, several of whom have special needs. So the undivided attention of a caring adult and role model would be an amazing thing for Lawrence. So he's an active kid who hopes to spend time with his mentor, playing games and going outside and throwing the ball around. So that's Lawrence.
Absolutely. And that was a great one. And again, I like always hearing those because every time I feel like once every week you'll bring up a kid that's super into basketball, likes watching NBA, and I'm like, oh man, that's calling my name. So if you're out there listening, definitely check it out. Do you have any more on that list?
Yeah, I've got this. Dylan is not his real name, but Dylan is a sixth grader in South Lincoln. He loves all things superheroes and even creates some of his own comics. He's smart, but would rather spend time sketching than doing homework. Wouldn't we all? So his family hopes that a teammate will help him feel more engaged at school. In addition to time together spent drawing, Dylan hopes to build Legos with his mentor, and a mentor would definitely help him learn to enjoy school. In addition to time together, again, with drawing, Dylan hopes to, build a gigantic Legoland, apparently. So that's Dylan.
That's pretty cool. And I know there's definitely plenty of movie buffs. I'll go to that movie theater right next to the studio down here. And anytime there's a Marvel film, I know there's quite a big following in Lincoln. So if you guys are out there listening, there's obviously a mentee right there that is big into those hero movies. But, I kind of want to keep this conversation going here. Being a mentor for a while now, what are some of the things that you've maybe discovered about yourself that you weren't expecting to happen through this process of being a mentor, or vice versa, being a mentee? And Adam, we'll start with you.
Yeah. It's that it just takes one person stepping up. I know Deshaun's got a super great team at home too, that supports him with his family, and he's got close family here in town. And so I know he's got a lot of support at home, which is awesome. But for me, I've just gained, when I go, it doesn't, the time flies when we're together, because it's just a time for me to, in my crazy week, to just get a reset and kind of recharge by being able to see Deshaun. And just it always, I always feel good after I leave. Feel better about being with Deshaun, for him being able to talk to me, for me being able to talk to him, and just having that connection. It always just seems super fun and uplifting to be able to do that, and be able to try to hopefully be a person in his life that can help when he needs help, and is just there to be there no matter what.
And then Deshaun, kind of that same question. Obviously, you're still at a point where you're figuring out new things, things you want to do in life every day. But what are some of the things that you feel like having Adam there has just kind of really helped you navigate some of those options you were considering?
I would say definitely self-confidence. I was always kind of just stay to myself kind of guy. I wouldn't really put myself out there as much as I do now. And I think that, for sure, Adam has helped me with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been amazing to see Deshaun's growth. I just think about that sometimes. He when I met him as a fourth grader, pretty quiet, right? You would say pretty shy in that sense, but like the way he's opened up over the years and, just with our relationship, but just seeing him do that outside of our relationship has been really cool. We had the opportunity to do an interview with teammates, and at first, I don't think Deshaun or I would either want to do this or do something like this together. Is pretty cool. I think he's come a long way in that, and so have I. Because that's always something I struggled with too. So we can relate there.
Yeah, and I know that growth is always kind of it's not expected, but it's definitely a nice bonus if you're that mentor.
Yeah.
You feel like you get better as a person as well. And that, Trent, I kind of want to talk to you about what that, when it comes to that mentor mentee, what are some of those things that the mentor maybe shouldn't get their head too wrapped up in? Because you hear a lot. Obviously, most fourth graders, they're probably going to be shy. You're an adult walking into the room. A lot of times, they're probably not just going to tell you, "Here's all my life problems." It's kind of that slow process. But what does that kind of look like? What you've seen through your experience, that relationship and how it builds?
Yeah, just going back to maybe the obstacles or hesitations that people have. I think that's a big one. Maybe a lot for guys.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to talk about? What if he doesn't say a word? What am I going to do? But that's number one. That is something we talk about in training, and there's a lot of good answers there. But yeah, just not to dwell on that. A lot of times there's not words happening, but you can still play Uno. And some people are cool with silence, not saying a word, and some people are not. But regardless, you can play that game. You can do that activity. The match support specialists at TeamMates are great at answering questions. If you go, "Oh man, I don't know what to do. He's not talking. They're not talking." Maybe sometimes it's the mentor that's not talking, but you call the match support specialist and they'll give you all sorts of ideas, ask you questions about what's going on. And I'm just new with mentoring through TeamMates. I've just had my mentee since December, and I asked the match support specialist about this exact thing.
Okay.
What do I do about this situation? And so they've got a lot of activities, a lot of ideas, and for so many people, they don't need that, but that is available for people who that happens with. But yeah, there's just a lot of, going back to your question, hopefully you don't get wrapped up too much in one or two times where, oh, wow, they're just not responding to me. But there's oftentimes answers to that.
And I think that's one thing that TeamMates does so well is the matching process. And I do know they put a lot into that to make sure that the mentors are being matched with the best mentee match that they can make. So I know that that's a big thing that they spend a lot of time looking at and doing. So that helps too with that, I think, hugely.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those guys, like Trent mentioned, they're there for help. So again, if it's one of those things where you're a little nervous or you feel like maybe your message isn't getting through, or the friendship, for whatever reason you think it's not working, you go to those guys. And a lot of times, I'll keep mentioning this. When I was young, I didn't always tell my parents, I loved them every day. I was pretty silent, but my affection towards them and how much I appreciated them was definitely there. I just think with young people, for whatever reason, we don't enunciate it as much as we should. But those ripple effects, we talk about it all the time. But Trent, speaking of the ripple effect, what does that mean when you're talking about that dealing with teammates?
The ripple effect is just, it's incredible. As Adam and Deshaun both mentioned, they're both getting significant things out of this. And anytime there's an interaction like is happening, you just you have more of a confidence and more of a hope in humanity. Period. and whenever there's more hope in humanity, there's going to be a ripple effect. There's going to be a ripple effect for your own family, whether you're the mentor or the mentee. There's going to be a ripple effect in our community. Things like hope and confidence, they spread, they're contagious. And so that kind of thing, the ripple effect is shown with data, with research, as far as mentors and mentees, mentors and mentees both showing that it affects their school, it affects their work. There's just all sorts of research that will show, but through data, but also just the stories you can hear. The connection there is beyond what you can really measure.
Absolutely. And, kind of switching gears here a little bit. What are some of those stories that, if you guys remember, are you guys into the projects? I know that kind of depends on the mentor mentee. Some people really like them. Some people, they'll put them away and they might just play Uno every time, maybe even play hoops. What are some of the things that you guys typically kind of lean into?
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of the projects.
Yeah, I can't think of any
No.
right now. Usually we just talk, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's more just hanging out and talking. We in the past have done a lot of games and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, one story I remember that Deshaun doesn't always remember as much is his 5th grade kind of graduation. You almost call it. They did like a tunnel walk thing at the school, which I was able to go to the last year, where all the 5th graders get to walk through the school, and that was pretty cool to see. I'd only known Deshaun for a year and a half at that point, but just to see just kind of a proud moment for me. And I'm super proud of where he's been in his growth. So those little snippets like that, and doing these things kind of help us remember that, which is kind of cool too, because you easily get going and then we think of other things. As we were kind of talking about this today, it's been fun to reminisce a little bit about that stuff.
And Deshaun, you talks about, you guys are just sitting there, you're not doing anything crazy. You're just talking, hanging out. What does that do for you after you get done with that session? And then you're just back on to classes or whatever you may have next, sports, whatever it could be.
It helps me out a lot. It's just like having someone just to talk about basically anything, to be honest. Yeah. School life, personal life, just basically just having a friend. Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, with teammates, we keep mentioning it, but that's really a lot of it, right? You're just showing up consistently as much as you can. And, Trent said it before, life happens. And there's certain things that can, if work's sick, they probably don't want you in the school. But that number, was it 24 weeks is kind of that magic number out of 36 weeks in the school year.
Yep.
So again, if you have the time, LincolnTeammates.org. We got to go ahead and throw it to our final break here, though. Again, this is Teammates Mentoring Hour. I'm Harrison here with Adam, Deshaun, and Trent. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Don't go anywhere. More of the Teammates Mentoring Hour is minutes away on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker fans, head coach Amy Williams and your Husker women's basketball team want to see you at Pinnacle Bank Arena this season. Season tickets are on sale now. Reserve your spot to cheer on the Huskers as they take on some of the best teams in the Big Ten and around the country. Opponents include Creighton, Maryland, Indiana, Iowa, and more. To buy tickets, go to huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this year. For promotional information, visit huskers.com.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting a slight chance of showers, otherwise decreasing cloud cover as we head throughout the day. Afternoon high should be around 69. Tonight, partly cloudy, a little breezy yet, a low of around 49. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return with a high of around 70. And meteorologist Kyle Hooker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Teammates Mentoring Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the final segment of the Teammates Mentoring Hour. Again, I'm Harrison Arns running the ones and twos. We got Adam, Deshaun, and Trent all representing Teammates here today in studio, at the new studio, I should say, at 1040 O Street. If you guys want to check it out, definitely feel free to do so. But I'd recommend tomorrow morning because the mill is closed. But nonetheless, if you can still drive by, check it out, see the live shows going on. And it's a good time. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. But before we go here, we got a little bit of time. Trent, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to read a few more names in case we do have people on the fence and they're really thinking about becoming a teammate, hovering over LincolnTeammates.org. You know, who are some of those mentees that we can kind of speak on that may still need a mentor out there?
Okay, yeah. We got a young guy we'll call Eddie. He's a freshman in Central Lincoln. He lives with his mom and his sister, but doesn't have a strong male role model. He's full of energy and ideas. Eddie is a wonderful problem solver, and he loves using his hands to build and create. He also enjoys technology, animals, playing basketball, and being with friends. A mentor could really help bring his talent to light and encourage him when things get tough.
It's kind of a jack of all trades. Technology,
yeah, sounds like he does it all
hands.
For sure. Yeah. And next we have a guy we'll call Bo, and he's a freshman in North Lincoln. He tends to be reserved and cautious when it comes to trying new things. But because of his quiet nature, it is difficult for Bo to make friends. So he spends a lot of his time alone. But Bo would, of course, greatly benefit from an experienced mentor to help him grow his self-confidence.
Absolutely. And again, if you're curious, go to lincolnteammates.org. And we talked about the great work that the coordination specialists do, kind of matching those people up. They do a really great job. And again, when life does happen, they can still adjust. But nonetheless, when they're matching you up, they take those things into consideration and they try to find you that best possible match for you. So again, check it out if you're curious, lincolnteammates.org. But I do want to dive into this story because Adam, considering you're a teacher, kind of surprised my ears a little bit over the break to know that you pulled Deshaun out of a test unintentionally. You got to put that keyword in there. But kind of tell us that story. And Deshaun, I'm sure that made your day.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, it did.
yeah, this is just a few weeks ago. That might be on Deshaun's description right now if he was looking. Is that maybe no, pull me out of a test if you can. No, I went to go get him from class and I realized they were taking a test. I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I don't have to come now. Like you can take. He's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a blessing.
You maybe need a little more study.
It was a geometry test.
Okay,
So,
I can see why you're thinking you dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
He had to do it later though. I felt bad. He had to do it after school then or something, probably before practice. But.
Yeah, I did, but it was worth it, I would say.
Probably appreciated that extra study time.
Yeah.
Get in there. You
yeah.
got a little bit of a preview of what it was going to be.
Yeah.
But before we go here, we got a couple minutes left, and I just want to go around the room and what I do, call them an elevator pitch. If there's people that are really serious about it and they understand that the greater good that Teammates does, it makes the community a better place. It shows some of these youth. And again, we kind of talked about it before. Some of these businesses like Bison, you said Emeritus is another big one. It's cool because these mentors, they might look at those business, people, if they're working at Emeritus, be like, maybe I do want to get into the business, the banking world, all that good stuff. So again, definitely check it out, lincolnteammates.org. But we'll go around the room, elevator pitch for those who are really considering joining Teammates. Adam, we'll start with you.
Yeah. I would say along those lines, like businesses, like I don't know why businesses wouldn't want their employees to do that, right? It's a great connection to the youth and kind of where they're at. But I would say my elevator pitch is, it's I've heard this quote before, like every kid is one person away from changing their lives and helping them be successful. And so you can be that one person. It's not hard. It's an hour a week and it's well worth your time. I mean, I've got a friend out of it in Deshaun. And so, he's just another person I have in my life that I know cares about me and I care about him. So, I mean, I think statistics show too, like if a kid has 5 caring adults in their life, they're going to make it, they're going to be successful. And so you can easily be one of those 5. And Deshaun has, at least 4 or 5 other people that I know for sure in his life that do that for him. So I just get to be one of those people for him. And it's easy to do.
Yeah, I love that. DP says it all the time. You can never have too many mentors. And kind of what you said there just nails that perfectly. It's never going to hurt. You can be another mentor, have that confidence behind that, kid or that youth, whether in high school, elementary, middle school, just kind of that extra confidence. You don't know how far that's going to go. But Deshaun, a little bit of a different perspective for you, but knowing what it's meant to kind of have Adam with you on this journey so far, what would you say to adults that are thinking about becoming a mentor?
I would say to do it. It's honestly, like, I know for a fact when I graduate and wherever I'm at life, if I have the opportunity to become a mentor, I'm going to take it.
That's awesome.
I just know that there are kids out there who just need someone to talk to and just act as a friend. And that's what he did to me. And now I want to do it for some other kid.
You love to hear that. And Trent, last one around the table here, your elevator pitch.
Yeah, there's so many angles, but just based on what Deshaun was saying, you as a mentor will, quote, get something out of it. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, you will grow. If you're open to it, you will learn stuff. If you're open to it, I've learned stuff from Deshaun just in the last hour. And I'm constantly learning stuff from my mentee, my teammate. He's 4th grader. I learn stuff all the time. So you will grow if you're open to it as a person.
Absolutely. And that's going to wrap it up for us. But again, if you're really considering it, just kind of what Trent said right there, you'll be surprised about all the positives you get out of it as well. And that ripple effect, you don't know how much you're helping the community or whatever community, that mentee might end up in. It just helps them get through life and just really, figure out their goals, what they want to be, and just kind of help them out, be a good friend. And as Adam said, too many mentors, it's a good thing. You can never have too many mentors in life. But that's going to wrap it up for us. I appreciate Adam, Deshaun, Trent, all for coming in here, representing Teammates and doing it well. And of course, Wingstop, a proud sponsor of the Teammates Mentoring Hour. And again, those Friday training session, you get some Wingstop there as well. So feel free, check it out. That's going to wrap it up. We'll talk to you guys next week.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With Gold Class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered.